It is the Steelers Talk Mailbag. Welcome into the show. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and I love these mailbags every single week because I get to have that two-way conversation with you guys, and you guys get to straight up tell me what Steelers topics you want me to talk about. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we get into the first question today, if you want to join us for our Steelers Talk live shows every single Thursday, that's when we film these mailbags. If you guys want to get a question on a future edition of the Steelers Talk Mailbag, just click that subscribe button right now. And then also join us at 5 p.m. Eastern every single Thursday to get your question on the show. All right, we got a $5 super chat coming in from Chuchi. Says, will Mount Washington get a touchdown this week or just smash another inferior Washington commander to the turf, or both? Hopefully both. I'd love to see DW get into the end zone, but he hasn't since week 2, right? He hasn't gotten a touchdown since he got that first touchdown catch of the season versus the Broncos. So we'll see. Now that Mike Williams is in the building, the jump balls going to Darnell Washington in the red zone, I think are even going to go down from what they were. So honestly, I'd probably guess no touchdown for Darnell Washington, but you never really know what's going to happen in these football games. But I do think he's going to bury some sort of commander at some point. Got one $20 super chat from Fernando Martin. Says, hate that Russ doesn't run when the field is open for that first down. Miss Fields for just that. Wave that towel. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Fernando, I think everybody acknowledges that Fields provides more upside with his rushing ability. And honestly, there are some opportunities that I've seen that Russ could have, maybe fought forward for a couple yards and picked up a first. And that's a little bit frustrating. But, man, this passing offense is just so much more efficient and so much more well run with Russ under center. And that's the main job of a quarterback, right? The main job of the quarterback is to run the offense efficiently, hit open receivers when they're there. Justin Fields, unfortunately, just didn't do that at a super high level this year. And he bailed the offense out with his legs at times, but with Russ, it's just so much easier. I do think that the Steelers need to use Justin Fields in some sort of package, short yardage, red zone, even 4-minute drill is something that I would be open to as well. But Russ is definitely, I think, the best option in terms of keeping this offense on schedule and leading this team to more wins in the end. Going from Offsides Edit says, do you think that Mike Williams gets over 450 yards this season with the Steelers? We're already halfway through the season, right? And honestly, I don't think Mike is going to be a high volume target. All right, what he's going to be is he's going to get thrown the ball 3 to 6 times per game, and he's going to be a very high yards per reception type guy. All right, so he's going to be that big body deep threat, and when he gets one-on-one opportunities down the field with no safety help, Russell Wilson's going to throw him the football, plain and simply. Okay, and that's going to happen 3 to 6 times per game. And he's going to have a very high yards per reception. That's going to be his role in this offense. The guy that's going to be getting 8 to 10 targets per game, that's George Pickens, right? Calvin Austin III is going to get mixed in there as well. Pat Freiermuth will also get mixed in there as well. Mike Williams, man, in order for him to get to 450 yards, is going to have to really, even exceed my expectations for him. I think Mike is probably the 3rd best receiver on this team. I'm a big fan of George Pickens. I'm a big fan of Calvin Austin III. I think Mike is a great fit for what the Steelers want to do here, and I think that he's a very valuable piece to this team because he really completes this group to allow this team to play the brand of football they want to play. But in terms of being a production monster, I just don't think that's what's going to be what Mike Williams does this year. So more or less, let me know down there in the comment section. 450 yards, more or less, for Mike Williams for the Steelers this year. Type O for over or U for under. For me personally, I'm going to go with U for under. I think that he's got a very defined role in this offense, but I am going to go with the U for under. Let me know what you guys are going to do for today's pinned comment. YouTube is going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds, and when that happens, take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. Coming in from 6 Rings says, is this the week we see that Justin Fields package? It's certainly possible. He did deal with a little bit of a hamstring issue, but he was the 3rd quarterback, the emergency quarterback against the Giants. He had a bye week to get right here, and it sounds like he's going to be good to go for Sunday to be the backup quarterback we'll see what they end up doing here. I really hope so. I think that, low red zone, short yardage, like I said, even 4-minute drill, those are certainly situations where having a true rushing threat at quarterback could benefit the Steelers. So I certainly hope so. 6 rings. Got to get Justin Fields on the field at some point, in my opinion, if he's healthy. Then we got one from Brian03. Says, with Russ, whose offense is better? Pittsburgh Steelers or Kansas City Chiefs? Ooh. Obviously, the quarterback's better, right? But who's got the better weapons overall? Probably, I give that slightly to Kansas City. But Pittsburgh's right up there, honestly. George Pickens, it's closer than you think. Honestly, these two teams are kind of similar, right? Great defenses, good enough offenses for sure, probably above average offenses. If I'd have to go with one, I'll probably go with Kansas City just because they're the more proven unit. But Pittsburgh is definitely a lot closer than you think, man. That's a really good question, Brian. Okay, before we get into the rest of the questions today, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time, which is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. And folks, we all know that experiencing a Steelers football game live at Acrisure Stadium is just an experience that can't be matched by watching the game on your couch. If you want to go see more Steelers games this year, you guys can check out the Game Time app today and use their brand new feature called Game Time Picks, which filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Here's how it works. You download the free Game Time app, you go to an event you want to go see, and you select the Game Time Picks button where they're going to automatically filter through their entire database of tickets to find you the best seats with the best prices to get the best deals for you and your family. What I love about using the Game Time app is you get the lowest price guarantee on any ticket to any event. So it's the only ticketing app you need on your phone. Also, you get transparent all-in pricing on every single ticket, so you don't get slapped with a crazy fee at checkout, and you also get flash deals so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to game time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports. It's one word, all caps, ChatSports, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ChatSports for $20 off. Again, terms do apply for just that first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. Got one coming in from my man Dominic. Says, if we let Najee and Warren go, could we draft Jeanty out of Boise State in the 2025 NFL draft? It's certainly a possibility, right? If they let Najee or Warren go, you're going to need that second running back, right? And, especially if they bring back Russ and they bring back a lot of the free agents here, and there's not a whole lot of holes on the roster to deal with, and running back is one of them, absolutely Ashton Jeanty is on the table for the Steelers if he makes it that far to them in the first round. There's some talk about him going in the top 10 right now. I don't know if a running back's going to go that high. It's probably going to be closer to the top 20, maybe just inside the first round. We'll see where he ends up. But he's a really good player, and I think he'd look damn good in black and gold, so I guess we'll see where everything pans out come the spring. Got one from Mark Taylor. Says, who is your unsung hero of the year? Calvin Austin III. People talk about Calvin Austin III like he is some scrub, all right? And it's just so unfair to him because there's no other way to tell on yourself that you don't watch the Steelers film than to say Calvin Austin III isn't creating separation, because he is. I hear people all the time say Calvin Austin III can't separate, and that's just a whole bunch of baloney, okay? You watch him on film, he is so sudden in his routes, and then he's got the incredible long speed to separate from guys once he creates that initial break. He's really improved his route running technique. This offseason, he's worked his ass off. And, I think because people, he's had a lack of production, not only in years past, but even this year, because Justin Fields never saw him break open. And even Russell Wilson has had a tough time getting him the football when he's open at times. I'm really hoping that Calvin Austin III really has a breakout second half of the season, because I think he absolutely deserves to have one. Got one from Dominic Schrader here. Says, sup, Jack and Coop. This is the best Steelers team in a long time. Can't wait to prove many people wrong. 6-3 to finish. What does he mean 6-3 to finish there? Oh, so that's the last 9 games here is what Dominic is saying. I could see it, man. If they could do it, that's 12 wins. And that's a very, very good record for 12 wins, 12-5. That would be very, very good finish to the season there, Dominic. It'd probably get you a division crown this year as well. So I'm really hoping that happens, Dominic. I think it's absolutely in the cards with how well the Steelers are playing. If the offense can keep it up, I absolutely think they could go 6-3 to finish off the year. So let me know down there in the comments section, percent chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers win the AFC North this year. Put it on a scale of 0 to 100 for me down there in the comments section. 0 meaning no chance they win the division, to 100 meaning they're definitely going to win the division. All right, guys, I'll make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. We got a couple more questions to get to here, but liking the video is the best way, and it's a free way to help out the show. It tells the YouTube algorithm to push our video out to more Steelers fans so we can continue to grow our family here at Steelers Talk. So real ones know, clicking that thumbs up icon on every video is the best and easiest way to help us out here. So if you want to be a real one today, click that thumbs up icon. Going from my man Christian Andujar says, "Hey, Jack, do you think this Steelers defense is a Super Bowl contender?" I believe it is because defense wins championships. I think that the defense is absolutely a Super Bowl caliber defense, 100%. We'll see if it even gets a little bit better with Cam Sutton being injected into the mix here, and Preston Smith, by the way. I love this defense. I love the pass rush. I think that the linebacking core and the secondary has been the best it's been in years. And, of course, Mike Tomlin, and I think Taylor Austin is one of the more underrated defensive coordinators in the league just because he works for Mike Tomlin. It's a very simple scheme that they run, but, I mean, sometimes when you run simple stuff and you can run it extremely well, it's very difficult to beat. By the way, the Legion of Boom only played like cover 3 match on every single play, and that's one of if not the best defense of all time, okay? So just because you have a simple defense doesn't mean it's a bad defense. I hate when people say that on Twitter. This is a damn good Steelers defense, and it's absolutely worthy of winning a Super Bowl. Got one from Ali the Reaper, says, what kind of impact Preston Smith is going to have in this game? Not much, if I'm being completely honest with you, Ali the Reaper. He's just a rotational guy, right? He's going to be on the field about as much as DeMarvin Leal was, unless Nick Herbig doesn't play, which is a possibility. Nick, at the day that I'm recording this, guys, Nick was a limited participant, so we still don't know if he's going to play. If Herbig doesn't play, Preston's going to play a little bit more, but it's still going to be mainly TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. So Preston Smith, he's going to be a good, little rotational player. Maybe he makes one impact play in the entire game, and he just needs to do his job, all right? You don't need to expect Preston Smith to do too much in this one. I'm excited to see him play on Sunday, though. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. That'll be it for this week's Steelers Talk Mailbag. Thank you to everybody that submitted questions. If you want to get a question on next week's Steelers Talk Mailbag, join us on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live right here on Steelers Talk. I'll see you guys then. Until next time, here we go, Steelers.